Good morning. My name is Reverend Ron Card, and I would like to begin this morning with a quote from Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes says, "The divine pattern is one of freedom. Bondage is not God ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. All instinctively feel this. The truth points to freedom under law. Thus, the inherent nature of all is forever seeking to express itself in the terms of freedom. We shall do well to listen to the inner voice, for it tells us of a life wonderful in its scope, a love beyond our fondest dreams, and a freedom the soul craves." Now, you can find this quote in the Science of Mind textbook. I have listed at page 10, but it depends, I think, on what Science of Mind book you have. But anyways, in my book, it's on page 10. So, our monthly theme this month is Pulled by Vision. And what a better way to start off this month in supporting our vision than talking about freedom. You have not been left alone to fight a losing battle or contend against powers of evil. Though I have to admit that sometimes in life it does feel that. But this is not our truth. You have been left alone to discover your real nature. That as an individual, you may consciously unite with the law of life and the presence of good. So just keep knocking on the doorway of your consciousness until every no becomes a yes. Every negation becomes an affirmation, and fear becomes faith. You cannot fail if you remain steadfast. And finally, the feathers of bondage will drop from you. You will walk out of your self-imposed prison, only to discover that the door was never really locked and that the windows were not actually barred. You were bound merely by chains of unbelief. And if you look in the book, This Thing Called You, Dr. Holmes, he says this very thing. This month, actually this day, today is the 4th of July. And today we celebrate freedom all over this country. It is also called Independence Day. It commemorates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. And on July 4th in 1776, which declared the original colonies to be free of British rule, we were declared free people. But now the question becomes, how free are we? How free are you? Patricia Diane Coda Robles, from Raising Consciousness, the shift from separation to oneness. She says, trying to change physical conditions without changing my consciousness is like trying to change the reflection in a mirror without changing the object causing the reflection. Think about that. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Well, so how do we go about changing consciousness? The name of my talk this morning is Free Your Mind. But the rest of that goes and says, and the rest will follow. So free your mind, and the rest will follow. So when we free our minds, we are making room for new. We are making room for change. You know that old saying where if you keep doing the same thing and you expect something different, well, that's kind of chaotic thinking. But if you begin to free your mind, what you do is you begin to make room. You make room for change. You make room for new. You know, many of us have been drawn to science of mind or new thought with the hope of manifesting conditions and stuff in our material lives. I know when I first got into science of mind, without really fully understanding science of mind, I thought that. I thought, wow, maybe I can get something for nothing. You know, hey, this might be worth a try. But as I began using affirmations and prayer, it's what we call treatment or spiritual mind treatment, I realized it had been for the purpose of freeing us from our own limited thinking and beliefs. And when we do free ourselves from limited thinking, when we do free ourselves from negative thinking, a whole world opens up because we've made room for it. You know, affirmative prayer and spiritual mind treatment, they are incredible tools to free our mind and lead us into the freedom that is our birthright. So let prayer be your go-to tool to break the chains of unbelief for you, to break those beliefs of anger and frustration and all these things, because life is God. Life is God in action. You know, I believe that the kingdom of heaven is within us and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. This is why prayer is so effective. What prayer does, it connects us to that kingdom within. This is where the real power is. We say there is a power greater than we are, and we can use it. Well, where do you think that power is? It's within us. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you. This is an important part of our spiritual evolution because life is God. Life is God in action. We are expressions of spirit as all living things. You know, when we free our minds of the bias, you know, we move into a spiritual development of through us. And so much more awaits us when we surrender and we allow this. It is spirit. It is spirit that moves things. It is spirit that moves us. It is spirit that attracts the things in our lives that get us to where we would like to go, or attract the things in our lives that we would like. Can you imagine a world which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and a connection with each other? A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. Well, this is our vision. This is the CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living Global Vision. You know, affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment provides a pause and a remembering in our own consciousness. John Donahue, from the poem Rebel Thriver into Bliss, the Space Between. I hope I said that right. But what he said was, let there be an opening into the quiet beneath the chaos, where you find peace you did not think possible, and see what shimmers within the storm. In other words, we need to step back when chaos is all around us, when we're angry, when we're off that spiritual truth that we are. We need to step back and become quiet. We need to find that peace within us. You know, when you pray, pray with a clear purpose. You know, remember, prayer is for our awareness to shift and become aware of what is actually true, and we use it so that we can shift what is happening in our own minds. It's a mind shift. You know, prayer is for us to free ourselves from the wrong thinking and the wrong ideas. Because when we do prayer, we're actually telling, or we're actually seeing where it is we want to go, what it is we want to do, what it is we want to have. And obviously, we're not at that point yet. So with spirit, with prayer, you pull yourself there. Spirit unfolds through us to give us an avenue to pursue. You know, when we pray, not for the outcome we're trying to control into being, but for the purpose of allowing the divine wisdom within us to rise up in our consciousness and to guide our steps, where we more fully realize our purpose as emanations of the one. There is only one power. You know, on page 186, it's the fourth paragraph in the Science of Mind textbook, Dr. Holmes says, the recognition of the presence of God or good actually wipes out any picture of undesirable conditions. For the Spirit of God is the law of elimination and obliteration to everything unlike itself. Prayer, with prayer, all things are possible. To give you a little snapshot of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, if you're not that familiar with it. Like I mentioned a little earlier, what you want to do is what is this treatment for? You need to state a purpose. You want to move in a direction. You may say something like, this treatment is for deep inner perception and conviction. Or you might say it's for more prosperity in my life, or financial freedom, or to attract that right and perfect person. Whatever it is, you need to state it. This is what the treatment is for. And then we actually move in to treatment. And it's a 5-step process. The first step is recognition. This is recognition that there is only one. There is only one intelligence, one power, one presence. And I might say that the one intelligent and force of love is present at all times, in all places, and is present right here, right now, through me. And you may add or use different language in that. And then as you embrace that, as you feel that, what you do is you move into the unification. And what you're doing is you're unifying yourself with this power. We are part of this power. There is only one power, and we are an expression of this power. This power moves through us. And you might say something like, the greatest power in the universe that I choose to call God is revealing itself in me as me and through me in every inhale and exhale of my breath. Something powerful, something that's going to draw you, something that's going to make you feel this unification, that you are one with this presence. And then we go into the realization. The realization is declaring what your truth is. It's just short affirmations. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am financially free. I am loving. You might say also, you may say that I am so grateful for the one through me and all that is possible in every activity. So state your purpose and the realization. You are invoking spirit. You want spirit. You want that tiny voice within to guide you. Then we come to Thanksgiving. This is giving thanks in advance. You're seeing it in your mind. You're saying it. You're speaking your word. And now you need to bless it. You need to give thanks for it. Thank you for all the loving action as my life. Thank you for the prosperity that shows up every day. Thank you for that loving relationship that I attracted in my life. Thank you. And then the important part. This is the most important part, and that is the release. You need to release and let it go. I've often thought about it as I'm moving through the steps of affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment. When I get to this step, I see myself holding a balloon and I cut the string. I'm letting it go. I'm putting it in the hands of spirit. I release this knowing into the mind of God, knowing that it unfolds in beauty, harmony, peace, and joy. Yes. And feel it. And feel like it's already manifesting in your life. And then something simple like, and so it is. And you've released it. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Let it go. It's in the hands of God. God has this. Maybe every time you start to catch a glimpse that you're thinking about this, say, I handed this over to Spirit. God has this. Our freedom is at hand. We are as free as we allow ourselves to be. And we must remember that there is a power greater than we are that we can use. The power is within us. It's right in our center. So no matter what the problem, no matter what the challenge is or how bad you hurt, the power, the spirit within us can move us through this. And that is where our freedom lies. So next time you have any challenge, next time you don't know, next time you just want a direction, prayer will do it. Prayer will free you. I want to say thank you for joining me this morning. And this is the 4th of July Sunday. And I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July and hope your day is going great. And I hope your week goes even better. And tune into us next Sunday. And next Sunday, I can't wait. I wish it was here this morning. But next Sunday, not only are we going to be doing our Sunday morning message on Facebook Live, but we're going to be doing it in person at the Women's Center in Carlsbad. Yes, there's actually going to be live people in front of us. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I mean, we haven't done this in over a year. So you're going to catch us not only if you want to see us in person, you can come. It's at 10 o'clock. Or you can tune in to Facebook Live and you can see us right there. And you might even get a little glimpse of what we're doing there at the center. So please tune in for us. And I also want to give a shout out to Benet for her great meditation. She does a phenomenal job and it really prepares me for this talk. So until next time, thank you and have a good day.